Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be giving you my top VPN recommendations if you want to secure several devices with one subscription. Now generally speaking, most VPNs hover around the same number of simultaneous connections, which is usually a minimum of 5 devices, regardless of whether they're good or bad VPNs. And so we want to factor in performance and value alongside simultaneous connections when choosing a good VPN service. And that's why I tested over a couple dozen VPNs and narrowed them down to 3 options that would not only allow you to protect a good number of devices simultaneously, but also offer a lot more than your average VPN. And these are going to be ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. I'll be briefly going over what each VPN has to offer, and I'll also be showing you a couple of ways where you can secure an unlimited number of devices even if your VPN has a device cap. But of course, if you'd like to check out any of the VPNs I'm about to mention, I'll be leaving all the useful links, including some special discounts, in the description down below, so make sure to check them out. Okay, so when it comes to simultaneous connections, ExpressVPN would allow you to secure up to 8 devices, while Nord would allow you to secure up to 6. While both of these numbers would satisfy most users, if you own a lot of devices or if you want to get a VPN service that you can share around your household, you can simply install your VPN on your router, effectively protecting every single device connection to that router. Now, there's a couple of things to keep in mind if you want to go with this approach. First of all, you'll need to make sure that the router is compatible with the VPN service, and you can do that by going to the router site and checking if the router model supports OpenVPN. Alternatively, if you're going with ExpressVPN, they offer their own router called the AirCove that comes with the VPN already installed and is good to go, which is a massive time saver since installing a VPN on your router might get a bit too technical at some point. So yeah, definitely go for it if you're getting an ExpressVPN subscription, and I'll leave the link for that in the description down below. Now, second of all, if you have the VPN installed on your computer, basically all devices will be connected to the same VPN server. And so, let's say you wanted to watch US Netflix, while someone else in your household wanted to watch Japanese Netflix, you might have to fight over the remote on this one. So yeah, these are a couple of things to keep in mind. But if you don't really need to protect more than 6 or 8 devices, then ExpressVPN and NordVPN would undoubtedly be your best VPN options. And I'll talk about them in just a second. But if you want to connect an unlimited number of devices without having to deal with all the hassle of installing a VPN on your router, then I highly recommend Surfshark. For me personally, the most unique thing about Surfshark is that it allows an unlimited number of simultaneous connections while pretty much being a premium VPN on its own. Now, it might not be as lightning fast as NordVPN or as consistent as ExpressVPN, but it still gets the job done at almost half the price without sacrificing any security or necessary features. In terms of country count, Surfshark offers over 3,200 servers in 100 countries, which is pretty impressive since it is 5 countries short of ExpressVPN and like 39 more countries than NordVPN. Surfshark also comes with all the necessary features like a kill switch and split tunneling, and it also has some bonus features that you'd find in NordVPN, like the ad blocker and some specialty servers. And so it's sort of a blend between ExpressVPN and NordVPN, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a budget-friendly option that allows an unlimited number of simultaneous connections. Now, if you're looking for a quicker and more consistent VPN, that is basically the best option to use in censorship-heavy countries, as well as accessing streaming services no matter where you are in the world, then ExpressVPN is your best option. ExpressVPN is basically the best of the best, and it's what I personally like to use for a couple of reasons. For starters, I really like how snappy it is when it comes to connecting and disconnecting, as it takes pretty much less than a second, whereas with Nord and Surfshark, it takes a little bit more. Also, as I mentioned earlier, ExpressVPN is the most consistent when it comes to accessing streaming services, as they work around the clock to optimize their servers for basically everything, be it streaming, torrenting, or general security. Not only that, but having servers in 105 countries would allow you to access quite literally any streaming platform library you'd ever want. And so, looking for the best, most reliable, easiest to use, and most consistent VPN, and if 8 devices are enough for you, then ExpressVPN is definitely the way to go. And lastly, NordVPN is going to be the most well-rounded option that offers the most features at a pretty much every VPN on the market for a very reasonable price. It also maintains a very high level of performance and security that rivals, if not equals, that of ExpressVPN. If you're looking for speed, then NordVPN is the best and fastest VPN out there, especially if you're using its best performing protocol, NordLynx. It's also the best option if you're looking for the most bang for your buck, as it is jam-packed with features such as the app kill switch, a bunch of specialty servers, a threat protection feature, and MeshNet. And so, if a 6-device limit is enough for you and you're looking for the most well-rounded value VPN, then I highly recommend NordVPN. So these are my top 3 VPN recommendations. Of course, they all work remarkably well as far as streaming, torrenting, and protecting your data so that nobody will be able to see what you're doing online. Not your government, not your ISP, or anybody really. And so you can be sure that your data is protected when using these VPNs. They're all very well certified by independent auditors, but for more on that, you'll find everything you need in the reviews down below. And if you do happen to pick any of these VPNs up, I just want to make sure that you know which plan you want to go for, because it will matter if you want to save a little bit of money. So out of curiosity, I spoke with ExpressVPN, and they mentioned that a lot of people end up spending more money on monthly renewals than they would have with a yearly plan, because the typical pattern is that people renew monthly thinking they might not need a VPN long term. So unfortunately, they end up spending a lot more money on the monthly plan, which has a much higher rate than the yearly plan, especially with the discount I've linked below, which will save up to around 50%. So ultimately, if you know you're not going to need Express or any of these VPNs for that matter for more than a month, then yeah, definitely get the month plan. Otherwise, just get the yearly plan or the 2-year plan with Nord or Surfshark, as they have a 2-year plan. But if you just want to make 1-year commitments, then you can go with ExpressVPN if you think a year is more than enough. And if you end up changing your mind, you can just reach out to the live chat support and ask them for your refund if you end up wanting to go back to the monthly plan, or if you're on the monthly plan and you want to get a refund to switch to a yearly plan. I think they'll just subtract your $12.95 from your yearly subscription, and they'll only charge you for the rest. And that'll be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to grab yourself the best discounts possible if you're interested in any of these VPNs. Like and subscribe to see more of these videos, and let me know in the comments if there's anything cybersecurity you'd like me to cover. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.